Vivo Y31 is a great phone. I've actually unboxed it. Great design, big camera, 5000, decent charging, and really good displays. And today we're gonna check out some more about this phone. They're actually the same, just different colors, by the way. I've actually had the time to test out some games, take some pictures, do some vlogging on this thing, and it kind of blew me away. Like, really, seriously. The cameras on this phone is too good for the price, which we will reveal in this video as well. Yeah, without further ado, let's get to the review. No. So first things first is the design. The first time I saw the phones, I was like, whoa, these are too good for the price. You could say that they look about 20,000 pesos, 30,000 pesos, but no, it's not even 15,000 pesos. It's lower than that. But if you look at them, they look so premium and elegant. They look certainly like flagship phones. Flagship-like shimmer, flagship-like curves, and trim, and even the camera part. Yes, that looks like the Vivo X50 Pro's camera, big sensor at the top, and two smaller ones right here at the bottom. And yes, just to recap, this phone has two colors, namely the racing black and the ocean blue. They are the same phone, just different colors. And by the way, the ocean blue is actually a matte back design. It is smooth to the touch, very slippery but very clean looking, also very bright. And right here we have the racing black. It is a glossy material. It looks a little bit more premium than the blue version. Look at that, it is very reflective. Also quite sticky, which is good because it has some grip to it. Although it is a dust magnet, or should I say a fingerprint magnet. This, not so much. So if you want a clean looking phone, I highly suggest you get the blue color, and it just feels a lot more better on the hand. But then if you're a business person who likes their phone looking very premium, then go for the black color. Now since the blue color is better for my camera, and since they're the same, let me just focus on the blue color right here, and there you go. Shining, shimmering, splendid. I did notice that it has a gradient design at the back. From light blue to somewhat greenish to dark blue. Wow, I just love how it shimmers when light touches it. You can fix that with a jelly case, and this is how it looks like with the jelly case. Look at that, it's very subtle, and now you get some more grip on your phone and more thickness, of course, but then you get some serious protection. Now without the jelly case, this phone is actually quite thin and very light. The back is actually made out of plastic, and even the body, it may not be as premium as glass, but the great thing about it is that it makes the phone really light. Well, not feather light, of course. There are lighter phones than this I've seen from more premium devices, but hey, it does have a big battery, which is 5000, and that actually is kind of the reason maybe it has some little weight to it. A little bit of weight. I actually noticed that the phone is quite thin, which is good if you're using the phone one-handed, just like this. You can reach the other side of the phone. So texting one-handed is actually okay, I guess, but then I still find it hard to reach the Q button, but it just be my hand. But it's okay, my hand is really short. This will certainly work better with bigger hands or longer fingers. Still, it's quite doable, if you ask me. Just not really practical in my opinion. So you might have noticed that it does not have a fingerprint scanner at the back, nor at the front, because it does not have an AMOLED display. It's only LCD. Of course, they put that on the power button. It is side mounted, and it's pretty fast, just not consistent with the accuracy right there. It's still, sometimes it's looking for the right position of your finger, but overall it's pretty okay. And oh, by the way, this phone still has a headphone jack, and it's already a USB Type-C port. Also, if you missed it on my unboxing video, it does have a dual nano SIM card slot, plus it also has a micro SD card slot for expandable storage. So yeah, that's nice. So I've already checked out the display. It's pretty okay. Actually, quite good for an IPS LCD display. Most LCD displays don't go as bright as this. This is super bright. It can go super dim to super bright. I was actually surprised that it was kind of usable in direct sunlight. Like, it was very visible. Of course, not AMOLED level of visibility, but still very much usable under direct sunlight, which means Vivo actually put a really good display on this, a really high quality LCD display. It's got great viewing angles, although it's kind of dim already at this part. It's actually brightest when you're looking at it directly. The bezels are so thin, although the chin is quite not so thin. And it's still using a water drop notch, as you can see. Now the display is actually a 6.58 inch 1080p IPS LCD display. It is a very long display, very lengthy actually. When standing up, it's quite tall and quite long on landscape. Videos on YouTube actually stretched out a bit some more than the usual because of its very long, very tall display. And this is the display when playing Mobile Legends. As you can see, it is quite long. But look at those colors, it just looks so gorgeous. The graphics in the game is somewhat very close to a AMOLED display, or something that you will see on an AMOLED display. The colors just do pop out some more. and the brightness is just there. And since the display is quite long, some of the controls are quite at the center instead of the edges of the display. As you can see, there are some spaces right here at the edges, but hey, they're not even that noticeable when you're playing the game. I was actually surprised that the graphics is this good. Man, the display is really good on this phone. By the way, I'm playing with an AI because it makes me look cool. I'm not really struggling, except for that. But seriously, playing and filming at the same time is not easy, guys. Now, while we're here, let's try out the performance. Now, as you can see, the performance is actually really good on this phone. Even when there are a lot of things going on the display, it is still very much a very smooth experience. Right here, we're clashing, and there you go, no problem whatsoever for this phone. Oh, by the way, the processor on this phone is the Snapdragon 662 processor. Certainly not the fastest for the price, but hey, it handles this. What matters is that it handles this game really well. Oh my god, not even one lag. Didn't even feel any lag at all. Just overall a very smooth experience. Okay, so now let's talk about Call of Duty. Call of Duty has been one of the bigger players in the Play Store. Actually, it's number 2. Legends is number 1. Now, graphics-wise, it's, this game has gotten heavier throughout the years. But hey, for a Snapdragon 662 processor, this phone can really take on Call of Duty without any problems. As you can see, no lag whatsoever. Very smooth. But I think it's not playing at 60 frames per second. I'm guessing about 30 frames per second. But look at that. Oh my god, that looks so nice. The controls are also very responsive. Just that the sound is not super loud, also not super full. Sounds are just okay. I highly suggest you use headphones if you want better audio quality out of this phone. Seriously, there's a lot of things going on here, so much to render, and the graphics and the processor is not even sweating on this game. The phone is looking to be very optimized. Very, very optimized. And now for Genshin Impact. This game really made an impact last year, but now it's not really number 1 anymore. At least in the Philippines, that is. The game's popularity has dropped in recent months. It's not really that high anymore in the rankings, but still, it is one of the most beautiful games in the Play Store you can play right now. Actually, one of the best RPGs you can play right now in the Play Store. And right here, behold the beauty of this phone. I mean, the beauty of the game, of course. I'm just in awe that the graphics looks really good. I wasn't expecting this on a Snapdragon 662 processor, maybe because of that display. That excellent display is just, everything just really pops. Whoa, what is that? Everything just really pops out in this game, so I am pretty sure you're gonna enjoy this as much as I do right now. But at the core of it, the performance is not really that fast. Again, it's only the Snapdragon 662 processor. I am only running on low graphics. I enabled 60 frames per second, but I'm not getting 60 FPS at all. This has to be around, what, 20 frames per second? 30 frames per second, I guess. But hey, it is still pretty much playable all throughout. As you can see, it's really playable. Let me just try the lowest setting right here. And yes, that actually solved our quite jittery movements right there. I think I'm getting higher frame rates this time because of the lower settings I just changed. But overall, yep, this game is very much playable, and that is the keyword right there, playable. All you want to do is just play the game. It may not be the smoothest, but hey, you can play Genshin Impact on this phone. Now, coming to the camera, this does look like the Vivo X50's camera. It might have a beast-like camera. Well, actually it is. Here are the sample photos I took with this phone, and by god, the camera is just amazing for the price. Simply the best at this price range. The Vivo Y31 just beats everybody with unmatched sharpness, accurate colors, very good dynamic range. I'm telling you right now, the pictures are just so Even without a tripod, my pictures were very consistent. Very few were blurry pictures. Most of them were very sharp. Yes, they already look good right out of the camera. I didn't even find the need to edit the photos because they're just so good right out of the camera. You could immediately upload this on social media, and it also has a portrait mode. Take a good look at that blurry background. Just so creamy background. Oh, wait, I sound weird. Sorry about that. And it also has night mode. Ooh, this is so bright in the night or in the dark. And we also get a lot of settings right here. 48MP, panorama, slow motion, time lapse, and even the pro mode, which you can mess around with a lot of settings in the camera, like ISO, white balance, shutter speed. It's all here. Look at that. Much more improved from the default. Last but not least, let me show you the videos on this. The videos are very clear, although just not that stabilized. I guess you'll need a gimbal for this, but even without stabilization, it still looks okay. You can definitely vlog with this. The video just looks so sharp, especially outdoors. And I also tried the selfie camera on this. It's really good as well. The great thing about the selfie camera is that it has beautification in video, so even though I have pores on my face, it's not really that noticeable. And with good lighting, you could mistake this for a DSLR camera. I just think that the photo and video processing on the Vivo Y31 is just so good. Everything just looks good right out of the box, even though the megapixels are not that huge. Well, except for the 48 MP at the back. So, how much is the Vivo Y31? Well, here it is. The Vivo Y31 with 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage is only 12,999 pesos. Alright, isn't that a joy? Yes, like I told you, better than expected. The Vivo Y31 is best in class in its price segment. There is absolutely nothing that is this gorgeous at this price. And if I were you, I would check it out at the nearest Vivo store near you. You have to check it out for yourself. It is just so gorgeous. You might be able to see it on display. Just check out this video again if you decide to buy this phone. I can guarantee you, you will not be disappointed. Another great phone from Vivo. Another great review from Tech Beans. So, if you want to check out more phones, really interesting ones, just subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content. This is Vince Domingo from Tech Beans, and I'll see you on the next video.